Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast. This studio is sponsored by Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. And we'll talk about them a little bit later. Holy shit, I don't have my rundown up. Typical Jason. Thank you
Come
for
on,
joining us
Jason.
tonight. Hi, Jesper. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good. All right.
So,
Before we jump into things, I'd love for you to share the show on your local Facebook group, retweet it on Twitter, smash that like button on YouTube, and always subscribe, please. We would really, really appreciate it. Of course, you can follow us at gigeconomy-podcast.com. You can also follow us on TikTok. And we actually have a new Facebook group that I started today. It's more of a community group. It's not a page. It's a Facebook group where you can go in and bitch about what everyone else bitches about in all the other fucking groups. So,
not making enough money.
not making enough money. How are the roads? Stuff like that. So
speaking of the roads, that's why we're remote tonight. We kind of have an in between of bad roads tonight.
Yeah,
Maybe they're a little bit slippery earlier. The weather's probably about done now, but we decided not to go out into it.
So. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Mark says, "How are the roads?" Yeah, exactly. So check out that Facebook group. That would be great if you could join that and just post whatever you want in there. Just don't be racist.
Then Jason's gonna kick you out.
Yeah, I haven't even made any rules yet, so here's your time to get in.
No rules.
Before we go, before we get into all
boomers.
Yeah, let me get through my shit. Mark, fuck you. There we go. Tom's listening now. Oh no, that's drinking.
Drinking now.
I read his last name and put listening now. God, this is a rough start. Love for you to buy some merch. That's in the link to Redbubble site, and that would be great. And then, of course, our Patreon members, Keith, Janet, Larry, Samson, Steve, Chris, James, and Bud Dickman. Thank you guys for supporting us. We really appreciate it. Having so much fun with you guys. We just posted a bonus episode on the 31st. We made it in January, and it was packed full of gig information, right? Yes.
Also known as him and I was just kind of shooting the breeze.
But hey,
it was fun. It's good to talk.
Yeah.
Got to talk a little bit of standard stuff too. So
yeah. So yeah, we're more than just gigsters. We're humans. Check out our Telegram group. We'd love for you to join us there. And then, of course, Rideshare Rodeo. Go to ridesharerodeo.com. That's our sister show. It's funny. We got an email yesterday that said, "Hey, Steve and team, love to connect with you, blah, blah, blah. It's been a while. Here's my phone number." It was for somebody that we had interviewed a while back. Right. I never told Steve this, so he's going to hear this for the first time. And I was like, "Hey, this is Jason and Jesper." He's like, "Oh, this isn't Rideshare Rodeo?" And I'm like, "Nope." He goes, "I thought it was the same thing." I'm like, "Okay, we've been sucking face a little too much." I said, No. We support each other. We're on a lot of stuff together, but no, we are not the same thing. We're two separate podcasts. So that was
he still wants to talk to us again, though. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, he probably just said that just to be nice, but he's probably trying to hustle him for a sponsorship or something.
I know. Hey, Steve, he's ours. You can't have him.
We talked to him first, MRFer. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be on the radio show this Friday too. From 7
we'll take 50%.
Jesper, can you try not to talk over me?
Sorry,
I'm gonna mute your mic. So we I lost my train of thought because I muted him. You were gonna swear at me. The radio show Friday, 7 to 9 Eastern. Go to tncradio.live to join in. You can download the Android or iOS app. We would greatly appreciate it. And Jesper, now you can interrupt me. Go.
But now I'm not ready.
No, fill content. You got 5 minutes to fill. Go.
5 minutes? What you put me on the spot?
Oh, no. Remember, you're doing the ads this week.
No, you didn't say that.
Yes, I did. Who was in this last show? Janet was. Janet, I told him he was doing the ads next week, didn't I?
I can't do the ads. That's like, no, you can't do that.
Well, we only have one, so. Well, one sponsor.
I'm not prepared.
You never are. Steve, it's the guy from Lunder, Steve Nielsen, I think, or Steven Nielsen. How do you say that? I always see the word Stephen. It's spelled S-T-E.
Steven.
You say Steven, right?
Yeah, PHV.
So then how do you say Steve? Is it? See, Janet, yes, you sure did. Look at that. Boom. She was on the show last week or last time.
What you said, it doesn't mean that, I am going to do it.
I'm just going to mute my mic.
There you go. But no, Steven is PH. So yeah.
Well, what is Stephen then?
It's not.
There is no Stephen?
No, there's no Stephen.
Come on.
Well,
there's Stefan.
There's Stefan, but that's with an F. PH is just pronounced that way.
That always messed me up. You know what else used to mess me up is Sean with a C-E-A-N. Or no, S-E-A-N.
J-E-A-N, Sean.
No, that must be in a different country then.
Well, that's the Spanish way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No, that's Juan.
Not Spanish. So sorry, French.
Oh,
way.
French. Gotcha.
Sean.
What podcast did you just stumble on? The language podcast.
All
right.
So
stories from the road. I didn't write anything down this last 2 weeks, but it's been busy. No, it's not been busy. It's been slow. I didn't mean.
I was gonna say
I've been trying to stay busy. Yeah, I've been complaining to Jesper how slow it's been.
I came in early today because I don't want to be on the fucking road, so I'm not making any money. Blah blah. How do you like my accent? My way of pronouncing Jason.
That was me. Bitching
yeah, that was you.
Yeah,
that was me doing you.
I have been trying to go out early to get the jump on stuff, but man, I'm telling you, it's been rough. And then today we got snow all day, and it's like DoorDash is like super busy. $5 peak pay. Finally get on, not a freaking order. Not an order because there were so many people on trying to get that peak pay. There wasn't enough orders to support the $5 peak pay.
Right.
So, man, it's that's a struggle.
And Stefan took on. I don't think it's Stefan. I think it's Steven.
I think it is Steven too.
I agree with you. Steven. It's Steven.
What do we talk about this on the show? Geography, math, or names, apparently.
There you go. We could jump right into the next hour, unless you want to do the Irvine's hat again. Did you do the Irvine's hat?
I haven't. You're up. Hold on.
I can't do the Irvine's hat.
Let me get it up.
I'm not doing.
There you go.
I'm sorry. What do we get? Okay. So Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV 532-6600. Wait, next time you need to get your car fixed, you need to call them because they are the best. They're not the cheapest, but they will get it done right the first time. Irvine's Auto Repair on Stafford in Grand Rapids, Michigan. How did I do?
You didn't do too bad. You forgot to say Irvines.com to schedule all your services.
Oh, that's right.
But that was
Irvines.com. Irvines.com.
That's pretty good. Yes, bro. I'm impressed. Yeah.
Okay.
So
hopefully Megan isn't too mad at me now.
No, she's only mad at you because you won't bring your car there.
Look at the car. The black car is pretty much paid. Oh, speaking of car, I made my last auto payment on the van today.
Yay!
Yeah.
And no doubt, as you're driving to Aldi tomorrow, you get fucking T-boned.
Yeah.
And you're like, shit.
Well, I haven't given up the big insurance on it yet, but I will probably next month.
I kept mine on. I don't know. I don't mind having.
Well, you have to have it when you drive Uber.
I don't think do you have to have full coverage?
Yep.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
I thought you could kind of get away with the rider and then some lower coverage for your.
They used to require full coverage.
It may still be true, but that brings up a good segment. We're actually February 16th. We're interviewing Buckle, which Steve has posted or has interviewed. It's an insurance company for gig workers, but it's an all-inclusive insurance company, right. Meaning you get your personal but it's I'm not even going to try to explain it because I haven't talked to him, but it's not just an extra rider. You get like tons of extra insurance. So.
Well, I think that's the thing that we're going to be very interested to see in the years to come is the entire as the gig economy is going to continue to integrate into everything. the insurance company is going to have to change and follow along. It won't just, as you said, it's not just going to be a rider, and it's not going to be full commercial insurance as you know it today either. It's going to be this weird hybrid.
And I think it's probably good for the insurance company that they have another avenue to make money, right? Because we don't want the commercial policy, like you said, because that's going to be like $400 a month.
Right.
But we definitely need more something than just, what we got over on this side. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to talking to them. And I just don't know if I'm comfortable switching my entire insurance company to somebody that, and nothing against Buckle, it doesn't matter who it is. If it's not a State Farm or a Geico or whatever, I think I'm with Progressive. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that.
It's interesting you said that. About 20 years ago when I got to America, I asked one. There's always been a website around called lowermybills.com. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
Okay. So 20 years ago, it was still on, whatever. I was kind of looking around. And at that time, I switched our phone provider, like, from our standard parts line to, one of the famous one. It was one of the big ones, like TDC or whatever the hell they were called, to somebody nobody could pronounce, or something weird, little, whatever. And he was working fine. I was saving a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I was one of the earlier, I'm assuming I was one of the early adopters in this thing here. And I mean, our phone bill went down like 50, 60 bucks a month.
Okay.
It was crazy. But it was one of those things. It's like, why doesn't everybody just follow along? And
well, I think eventually people do. I can have an example with my cell phone. I was with Verizon and Xfinity, which is my internet provider. They're like, hey, we have cell phones now. I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not jumping on. And then more and more people did it, and it got good feedback. And so now I pay $130 for 4 phones a month. You know what I mean?
I'm actually pretty close to probably switching to Google Fi. I'm gonna look at that. That it's pretty decent pricing, particularly with their they have a new plan where basically if you keep on this plan, no matter what, every 2 years they're just gonna send you a new phone.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's kind of nice. But you're always making a payment though, right?
Exactly. You'll never own the phone. But right now you do it anyways, right?
Yeah.
So anyways.
Did you just post this?
Nope. I didn't click on it.
No. Did you just write this?
Write what?
Look on the screen.
No, I didn't write it.
Who has access to our account then?
I don't know. I didn't write it.
I didn't either. That's super weird. You didn't type that in and hit enter?
I did not.
What the fuck? That's super interesting.
So somebody have access to the Facebook account.
Holy shit. I wonder who's an admin in there? It's probably fucking Pete. Pete's probably still a fucking admin.
It was Pete.
Was it?
It was me.
God dang it, Pete.
Stupid ass phone logged me in on that account.
Oh, so he is still an admin. Okay. That's so funny. Clearly we're on top of that. Pete's been off the show for like a year.
Champions tonight.
My gosh. I was like, I literally was going to Facebook to figure out. It's fine, Pete. I'm just glad it was you. I'm like, oh no.
So you ready to move on?
Yeah, let's move on after we talked about insurance. But
I know. So do you want to show your photos? Because that's kind of cool.
I'm working on it. So I finally upgraded my logo on the back.
Not the car, but the logo.
The logo. So I had for the longest time the GR Rideshare Adventure logo on the back of my car. And finally, Justin made me a couple slides. I actually have one more. We might do it for a giveaway at some point if you want it.
Put it in my car.
You want it? I'll give it to you.
I think it's cool to see how you didn't actually bother cleaning the whole window, just
Dude,
the area.
Look at how dirty my car was. That was a day that I couldn't get to the car wash, and I had to clean the shit out of that to put that sticker on. But yeah, look at the top of that. It's incredible. And then
the next one. This is cool.
This is my new license plate. I know people say you're not supposed to show your license plate, but whatever. You can find out where I live. I don't really give a shit. But yeah, it's my new license plate. I love the new Winter Wonderland plate, and I thought, why not get a personalized plate? So I thought,
when the new personalized plates are not that expensive, right?
no, it's $15.
Yeah, who cares?
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool.
That's a cool plate. That's
yeah.
a cool plate.
People recognize my car and that sticker though. Not the plate, because the plate's new. Because I've do you remember Liberty Clark?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She called you out?
No. She's like, she messaged me on Facebook. She's like, I know you're at Walmart shopping, and she's like, I parked right next to your car. Like, yeah, when I get a new car, people are gonna not recognize me.
Did you key it?
Sorry. No, I don't know what. I didn't know which one was hers.
Just keep both sides. Who cares?
Jeez. So Pete, okay, back to what Pete said. What I said is, look at all those fake ass gas companies that people get scammed. Yeah, like the DTE scammers, not DTE, but they're like, oh, we work for a blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So,
thank you, Steve. Pointing
anyways.
out our Patreon link. I like it.
So yeah, those are my two new things going on with the show. I finally upgraded my sticker and I got a new plate.
That is kind of cool.
The next picture, Jesper.
I like that. You want to show it?
Yeah, I always give these to you.
I know. Because of course you do. You always, everything like that. It's like, and this is a DoorDash order from Big Tits B.
No, 4.
Well, 4 Big Tits B, whatever. She's the person making the order. I like how it says, please use this ID instead of your customer name.
Oh, can you imagine? I'm here. You walk into like a
I'm here to pick up an order for Big Tits.
Big Tits B? Big Tits B here? Anyone? Oh my gosh! It just shows like why do these companies allow this shit?
I think that when I saw it, it said I immediately canceled that order.
I would too. Because literally, I never use the order number. Like, no one has ever asked me for the order number. They always ask for the name. I think I would have been that one time where I would have just held my phone up and not said it, because I normally don't like to do that to them. I ask the name unless I can't pronounce it. I'm like, I'm not going to yell Big Tits B in like a family restaurant or something that I'm picking up.
at whatever, Denny's, right?
Yeah, it's somewhere where there'd be some kids around while you're screaming into the back. Anyways, yeah. I don't think they should be able to put whatever they want on. I think they should have.
How do they control that though? Where is it?
I mean, you want to be inclusive, right? So just because you have a different name, you want to be able to allow that.
I would hate my parents. I'm telling you that.
They named you that?
Yeah.
God dang it. All right.
Yeah, name me that, right?
Yeah.
Like,
John says, imagine
Mom.
being the restaurant worker who has to manually input that order and name it into the point of sale. Yeah. They probably laugh too. All right, real quick. Next up, this is we're going to have to replay this a little bit because it happened so quick. But this is a FedEx driver that literally throws the package from his truck. I don't think I can fast forward when I play this, so it comes at about 30 seconds, I think. That was incredible.
He has quite the arm.
Well, not only he has quite the arm, it's kind of like he kind of curved it a little bit because he knew it was gonna, like, oh my god.
I like how it says
what? That MacBook is gonna be. I know.
So it's actually interesting. My wife just she got a new phone. We it broke, and so I like how Assyrian just kind of sends a new phone, but that comes with FedEx. That could have been a new phone there.
Yeah.
Another one.
The FedEx is terrible. Like, we were kind of doing some stuff in our bathroom and we ordered some mirrors and freaking one of them was broken. It's like FedEx just throws shit all over the place. And I could probably get on one of those videos too, because if I have clothes for Amazon, I chuck that thing.
But how do you know
you can feel it? You know what I mean? You can feel it, like, you just chuck it. So yeah, I do the same thing, but I would never do that. I'm surprised.
At least not when there's a ring cam.
Right. I'm surprised FedEx and Home Depot, UPS haven't gone to the photo system of where the driver has to take a photo along with that. They just use GPS pin, because when they scan it, it puts a pin right where they're at. So it doesn't actually prove that they deliver it, although there are tons of cameras on everyone's doorstep. So, but yeah, I'm surprised that the bigger companies haven't gone to that.
It is, yeah. There's going to be another area we're going to see a bunch of changes to come. I mean, I see a lot of companies now are introducing the drop boxes instead of you just putting it on your front porch. Now you have to actually put it in a box,
which kind of works with the smaller packages, but like anything bigger, and my guess is those bigger ones get stolen, not the super heavy ones, but one that might not quite fit in that locker.
The TDC TVs and stuff.
Oh gosh. I've delivered TVs from Walmart.
Oh, I know it.
I bet you for the Super Bowl coming up, I will get some TVs, and it's like no box. It's not covered up. You just throw that son of a bitch on the front porch. And I think a lot of it too is like they're so cheap now. So Walmart's like, yeah, I don't give a shit if they steal it. Like,
after we moved into this house, my wife ordered a dresser online, but it was a solid wood dresser. I kid you not. I swear. I think that FedEx driver, he hated us that day.
Was it heavy?
It came in 2 boxes, right?
Really? So when we got our countertop delivered, it was 90 pounds, and I watched him on the camera. I'm like, he's gonna fuck this thing up, and it's gonna be broke. But I watched him. He actually lowered it down, and then he just dragged one corner up until the garage. He didn't even use a dolly, and that's the thing too. Like a lot of those guys have dollies, but it's quicker to just kind of like manhandle it like that than try to put it on a dolly. But I'm like, if this motherfucker breaks this thing, I need this thing today.
Manhandle.
That's
true. All right. Okay. Do you want to talk about the first article?
No, we actually have one picture before
that's
that.
Right. We have a picture. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Nope, that's not it. There we go. It's hard to read. You might have to read it off the doc.
Yeah, I got it. Starting January 24th, 2022, only if you work for apps that takes customer orders directly. This is, I actually missed this one here in the lineup. What service is this?
Okay, so I'll run down, and I missed something on it as I reread it. So this is for New York City.
This is just
they have those general rules like AB5 and all that shit. But what I did miss, it says starting January 24th, only if you work for apps that take customer orders directly. So does that mean DoorDash, or does that mean?
Well, that would be DoorDash. That would be
okay. It would be all the apps. I was thinking it was the restaurant it was talking about.
No, the order comes in the app's interface.
Okay, I got you. So basically, starting the end of last month, apps must tell you how much the customer tips for each delivery. Apps must tell you your total pay and tips for previous day. Yep. You may have better access to restaurant bathrooms when you pick up orders. You may have better, like that's not like you may have better access.
Underline the may.
Yeah. So then I guess in April, you have more control how you over your deliveries. You can limit how far you will go from restaurants. Oh, that's awesome.
And refuse to use bridges or tunnels.
Yep. That's kind of what driver utility helper kind of can do that anyways. You know what I mean?
So go ahead.
I was just going to quick read these. Apps must pay you at least once a week. App must tell you route details before you accept a delivery. And apps must give you free insulated food delivery bags after 6 deliveries. What a random thing.
Well, I think it's good, right? Because then at least they are making sure that the food is staying warm
Yeah,
on them.
no,
So
I
because
like
not all, yeah. Now it's actually a pretty good intro into the next article, which I'm not gonna read the article, but you can. Did you introduce it at all? The reason
so we
why.
actually have a video
Oh,
before.
I'm a dick.
Why don't you jump into your
Okay, so
article?
let's
Yeah,
just do this first. Let me do the video after the
yeah, go
spot,
for it.
because here's the thing. So the interesting part is that this is obviously talking about how all the special rules for delivery drivers and so forth. And the article I'm talking about is how in Spain they did it too, but it backfired totally. And so all these rules that they're doing in Spain right now, and it's really the same set that they're doing in California and all that stuff. It's basically the whole idea about how whether or not delivery drivers, are we contract workers, are we employees, what are we? So in Spain they introduced, in the entire country introduced, a very, very rigorous rule set that you're supposed to be employees, but the companies are fighting back like crazy, like Deliveroo, which is just um well, that's the company. Is that the company that was just bought by Uber Eats? Anyway, so one of those
Yes.
companies fired 3,000 3,000 drivers because they didn't want to do that, right? Another one just pulled out completely of Spain. So these companies are just fighting it. But one of the things that the article that I thought was very interesting was that one of the apps, it's not an app we have over here, but they completely changed the what's it called,
Algorithm?
the algorithm, thank you, so that it was more, again, so to ensure that they weren't employees but they were gig workers, right? They were the contract workers. And the interesting part is it actually completely killed the drivers, because what they did, they lowered the base rate, but then they gave the drivers a multiplier, right? So the multipliers, not the drivers, the delivery drivers, they could set their own multiplier, thinking that the idea was, now because they could do that, now they are setting the rules themselves, and now
Right.
they have to be contract workers. The problem is it backfired.
Of
So
course.
now what happened is the drivers who set their multiplier too high, they don't get no orders,
Of course.
right? And so they have to set their multiplier low enough they can get an order, and now they're making half the money they were making before.
Oh man.
So it's like, what the fuck? And in Spain, you have to pay a fee to be a contract worker, which is about the same you pay over here as your contract taxes and that kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
You pay that. So sometimes the article is stating that some months they have to decide on whether they can pay the fee or they can feed their family, because, and this is the thing, that these are crazy amount of money that they're making, like so little. This was like one of these people saying that, I'm trying to find the numbers so I can be specific. Basically, and this is ridiculous. This was a Rodriguez. He used to work as a, what was it?
Stripper?
No. I forget what it was, but he came to Spain, um, and he couldn't find a job, and so then he finally decided to start working for this company, and let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. With this, she earns now between 800 and 1,000 euros a month. Okay, now. And that comes out to about 600 to 800 pounds, which the pound is just a little bit more than $1. Can you imagine even living for $1,000 a month?
I mean, depending on Spain, I don't know what their cost of living is.
It's
either.
not that much different.
No.
So, but once you was done paying the VAT, the freelancer fees, and the income tax, the salary is now about 500 to 700 euros, which is about 4 to 600 pounds, which is about $700 a month. It's like, Can you
if
imagine
they have the
living for
same
that?
cost of living, how do you even? Why would you
It's
even do
not
that?
obviously depending on what area exactly you are, because there's still cost of living is still a little bit different here and there, but it's not that crazy
And
different.
they own a car doing this the whole time?
So that's what gets even more difficult. Some of those delivery companies requiring you to this is this one was on a bike, but
Okay.
anyways, you could deliver on a bike, and they, because you're a contract worker, you have to pay for your own bag. They require you to pay for their bag, pay for their bag, and all that stuff. So it was just all these things that, Spain put all these rules together that's supposed to protect the worker, and it just backfires and it completely works against it because the companies won't. They will do everything they can to fight against it, which is just proves it's like government needs to stay out of some of these things,
Yeah, I mean,
because some things
obviously,
can't be. You can't. It's just making it worse.
yeah, the bottom line is you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like
No,
you thought you were gonna make all this money, and they're like, okay, like clearly the companies realized what what these guys were gonna do, and they made out like a bandit. So yeah.
well, yeah. And as John said, don't be surprised if you see the same here soon. And it's right. I think sometimes some of the workers want this, right? They think they want to be an employee, but no, because all the stuff that we like about the gig economy, it's gonna be taken out of it,
Yeah.
and it's not gonna work.
Like we've always said, I do want a little bit of balance with government involvement, meaning like some things just so it doesn't be so shady, or we talked about a right to appeal and that kind of stuff. But other than that, I don't want this. And yeah, let's hope that it doesn't come. I don't think it will. I mean, clearly the apps have a shit ton of money to fight this stuff, so I'm hoping that it doesn't come to Michigan at least. Hopefully not, even though it is a kind of a blue state.
I think what's going on is the states are seeing that the apps are here to stay, right? And it does help. It does help the economy.
Yeah.
But they can ruin them, and I think so. That's gonna be the balancing act. How much do we have to regulate, and how much can we regulate it before we ruin it? So
Yeah.
we'll have to see that one. But that was an interesting article. It was in, just so you guys can read it if you want to. It was in the Hawk magazine. And it's an interesting read. It's very long. That's why I did kind of took up a couple of spots out here and there, but it is an interesting read. And so, yeah.
John's like, he's in California, no hope. Like, yeah, you need to get out of there. You're paying like $6,000 a month for rent or mortgage payment over there. So
I will. I want to go. I want to visit California. I'm not sure I'm ready to live there yet.
Yeah, John says I'll give them props for Prop 22. It's been amazing. Are you being sarcastic or
I think, John, we should have you on the show and talk to you as one of the workers. Actually,
we did try to get him on Monday and he bailed. No, he just had shit going on. That's okay.
We'll make it work, John. We'll make it work.
No, he's serious. Yeah, your internet's kind of laggy a little bit, Jesper.
Mine?
Yeah, it's a little laggy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault.
I just don't talk so much.
Well, it's cut. Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's like, oh, Jesper, your connection. Let me mute you. All right, let's watch this video real quick. I know you've all seen it, with us doing a new show not really a new show, but every 2 weeks, most of the stuff you have seen, but it's still a good video. And I've actually seen it all the way through, to be honest with you. So basically a DoorDash driver gets arrested and this is what happens.
Well, it's usually not a good thing when the police show up at your door. But for one South Dakota woman, the unexpected visit was merely a cue that it was time for lunch. Take a look.
I'm not who you're expecting, but your driver got arrested for things he had to take care of. So I figured I'd complete the DoorDash for you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thanks. Oh my gosh.
See, they protect and serve. The DoorDash delivery person got pulled over and arrested minutes earlier. So Sioux Falls police officer Sam Burr decided to complete that Arbys delivery himself, going above and beyond to help people. I hope she tipped him well.
Yeah, good man.
Hey,
The Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I would say the best part is I really noticed he actually drove the food to the house. He didn't arrest him right in front of the house because I was like, "Where's the perps car? Like, what's going on here?"
Do you know the other thing that I noticed that was great?
What?
The food was still sealed, so the officer didn't help himself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Mark says probably a second job, got to pay those bills. Yeah, cop salary ain't what it used to be, eh?
Oh,
I thought that was great. It's always nice to see the nicer side of the police and nicer videos of DoorDashes being delivered. I wonder what he got popped for. I swear the cop said it, but the lady kind of talked over him. But anyways, probably didn't have.
He got arrested though. So I mean, it wasn't just a speeding ticket or something,
Yeah, either didn't have a license, or had a warrant.
So that the customer tipped the driver and the officer. That's a good question, John. That's a good question.
A really good question.
Your time.
My time.
Your turn to do the second ad.
Thank you, Jesper. God dang. Hey, if you like this podcast and like what we do around it and you want to support the show, you can support us at patreon.com. The Gig Econ. I don't fucking know what it is. I think it's the Gig Econ. Just search the Gig Economy podcast. Hey, Patreon, why give us as many characters as we want? I'm sorry I have a long ass name. Like, seriously, what the frick? Like, come on. Anyways, if you subscribe to the Patreon, you get an exclusive piece of merch, which I'm getting something creative for Chris, who has been a Patreon for 4 months now. And you get an extra podcast a month. Sometimes it's an interview. Sometimes it's Jesper and I with our pants off. No, it's just like this. If our pants are off, you can't tell if my pants are off or not. They
can't
might
tell.
No, you can't. But we'd really love for you to support us. It really means a lot. Helps us, fund all this fun stuff. Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, where are we at?
And yes, the show is still sponsored by Irvine's.
Yes, of course,
John.
You see
so, John, when you drive your car from California all the way up here and you need your oil changed because you're going to come see us, then you take it to Irvine's and they will change your oil.
Right. And then
they'll do it right, not like those California companies.
And then Yes will be the only person on our show that hasn't had it done, hasn't gone to Irvine's. Fucker. All right, here's another video. I got to give a shout out to Pete for this one. He shared it. He's actually still got access to our group because every once in a while he sees something on Reddit. And I actually didn't see this one. I kind of try to avoid in-car ones lately. I don't know why. It's just, I feel like you've seen it once, you've seen it all. But this one's actually good. This is about a guy that's not letting the guy in with his daughter without a car seat. So let me get to that real quick. It
used to be Pete in the olden days.
Yeah, back in the OG of no car seats. All right, here we go.
You getting paid though? What you mean? I don't care.
Yeah, I'm getting paid for my compensation.
For what? What did you do for us, bro?
I can.
Other than tell us we couldn't get no ride.
If I would do for you, put your child at risk and your child get injured or killed, you gonna blame it on me.
But you can't even get us a ride or nothing.
I can't.
Bro, who the fuck walks around with a booster seat if they know they don't? Come on, bro.
It's against the law, yo.
Get out the car, bro.
Dude, I'm not got time.
On the camera, I punch your ass in your fucking face. Get out.
Huh? Go.
So,
and he makes him get out of the car.
Well, the interesting part is he talked about a booster seat. So did the driver have a booster seat in there and then the kid wasn't quite big enough for that? I was confused.
No. He says who walks around with a booster seat. He was requiring
gotcha
to get the booster. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, no, I totally get that. Although when we traveled to Florida, I don't know, many years ago when the kids were small, we went to Disney World, the one and only time. At least with them, but because it's so damn expensive. We actually brought our booster seats and we put them on the plane and we tagged them. And so then when we got to Florida and drove around, we had the car seat. So
they usually don't make you pay extra for them either. They'll check them. So it's not a problem.
It's not extra, no, surprisingly. But I actually think that driver handled that incredibly well. Like the guy wanted to fight him, and it was just, he's like, bro, I'm not gonna fight you.
He was clear-headed and everything. It was not a big deal. I used to have a booster seat in the back of my car, and I would use it once in a while in the van.
Would you?
I did, because it was, it's approved booster seat, and it wasn't, it wasn't expired or anything like that. Yeah, I would offer it up to my passengers sometimes.
Yeah, we go back and forth. When Pete was on the show, we talked about this endlessly about liability and stuff. And honestly, God, I don't know if we ever reach out to an insurance company and say who would be liable at this moment. Like, is it the driver? I mean, obviously, it is the driver. I think the liability, we obviously know the liability if you don't have a car seat, right?
Right. Yep.
I think we talked a lot about the liability if we provided our own car seat and there was an accident and the child did get hurt, and not a fault of the car seat, but it still happens when you're in a seatbelt or a car seat. We never did ask an insurance company if we would be liable. I really don't think we would. But
I think particularly not if the car seat at least wasn't expired. There's that expiration date on it, which I don't even know how many people are aware of the fact that car seats expire.
I think if you buy a car seat new, you're good until your kid's out of that car seat. I think they've made them long enough.
Yes.
But I wonder why they put expiration dates on them. Like,
I think it's because of the, first of all, plastic does get brittle and so forth. So that does happen. But I also think it's to allow for new things, new research, new technology. So people always have the newest for that when it comes to safety of car seats.
Or it could be like Apple trying to get you to upgrade your phone.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's just as much the people to ensure that people don't just buy a used car seat and use that forever.
Man, people buy used car seats all the time. And
I
sold my old car seats. Now they weren't expired, but still, you never know. You're also supposed to throw it out if it gets in a car accident too, because you just never know if it was compromised. But
exactly.
Yeah, that guy did a good job. John brought up that's why I don't do rideshare. Shit, there's more reasons than that why I don't want to do rideshare. But right now it's slow as fuck, and I'm doing rideshare, and I didn't do it today. I was like, I'm not driving passengers around this snow. I'm already stressed out for myself.
I know.
I don't want to have someone else in my car.
Didn't I hear that somebody ordered? It was kind of interesting about that. I think I heard somebody had a Walmart order with a car seat to the to be delivered to the airport.
No, that was me.
Was that you?
Yeah. Did I not talk about it on the show?
I don't know. Maybe that was you.
I must have.
So, but then was that now somebody then needing a car seat to take a ride?
No, I think what happened was, God, you remembered that, but did I talk about this? John,
Matt,
anyone that's a super fan that listens to all our shows, did I talk about the car seat at the airport? Let me know if I did or not. But
I don't remember if you did or not.
I don't remember
either way.
either.
I thought it made me think of that, at least, that story.
No, I think the car seat one, I think they probably fucked up a car seat and they were probably replacing it, and that's why I delivered it to the airport. I don't think
you know what the coolest thing that I ever done? I rented a car in Denmark once, and that had a built-in car seat. That was sweet.
Well, built-in booster seat, right?
Yeah.
Not for like infants, but like
right. Yeah,
toddlers or whatever.
It was a BMW, which I didn't anticipate, but there was a little button, and the seat came up. It was really cool.
Okay, I have to tell this story then, because it's a good story.
Yeah, I know. Tell the story.
How do you know about it? Did I tell?
You told me. I think you're talking to me on.
Okay.
On
so, anyways,
Telegram.
I get a. It's called a batch order from Walmart, and it's like 10 stops, and they all have like one item. My last one's at the airport. I'm like, this is freaking weird. So I don't know how to cancel just one. So I was like, all right, I'll call the contact, and I call the contact, and it says hi. Or I said it was Janelle or something. She's like, I go Janelle, and she's like, yeah. You know that phone. You're like, hi, this is Jason from Walmart, and I'm delivering a car seat, and I just want to make sure where I need to go so I don't waste any time and I can drop it off. Who's this? And then she's like, who's it for? I go, it's for Frontier Airlines. And I said, and she's like, in Grand Rapids? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, I haven't lived in Grand Rapids for 2 years, and I don't work for Frontier Airlines anymore. So when her and I just have this conversation, just laughing back and forth, she's like, yeah, they must have never took my name off the Walmart account. And I'm like, I was just calling to see where to put the damn thing. And she's just dying laughing. She goes, no, I hate that place. I'm in Rhode Island now. And it's just a funny story. So then I get there, and no one by Frontier. It's a very small airline. So I ended up talking to this sweet lady from Southwest, and she tried to message people, and she's like, you know what, you can just leave it here. And I left. But yeah, I it's funny that I thought I had told that story, but Janelle and I were laughing so hard. Like, it was just the funnest, what looked like it was going to be a difficult delivery.
Right.
It turned out great. And I had such a fun time talking to this lady how Frontier Wires is a bunch of dumbasses and haven't changed the contact on their Walmart accounts. And I didn't have to bring it back to the store, so that was even better.
But it was Frontier who ordered the car seat.
Yeah, it literally said Frontier Wireless, Frontier Airlines on the account. That's the account.
So that's cool. So maybe they were doing that for a customer.
Yeah, my guess is, like I said, that baggage fucked it up. Or they dropped it from the top of the plane and it broke.
Maybe that's what's going on. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, John, for
mad disrespectful.
Mad disrespectful. So we got about 48 minutes. Do we want to? Well, I guess we can talk about. Yeah, we can talk about the rest of them. Europe, access to gig economy may spur small business creation.
This was actually yet another really cool article that I found, and I think I can kind of recognize some of that in myself and kind of that kind of stuff. The article, again, it says access to gig economy may spur small business creation, study finds. So this is an article at Rice University News and Media Relations. I'm assuming they are the university who did this study. And basically it just goes out there saying that the gig economy is providing more what's the word I'm looking for, more opportunities in the sense of allowing people to start their own companies, because now they don't have to go out and get a business loan, that kind of stuff, if they don't have the necessary savings to start a company. Now the gig economy will kind of give them the opportunity to go out and make that extra money while they're building their business, or testing the entrepreneurial spirit, if you will. So that's kind of cool, and that seemed to work particularly in larger markets. So that's basically the gist of it. So, but I think it's having talked to a lot of gig workers, I think there's a lot of truth in that, because a lot of the workers that we used to, when we just kind of shooting the breeze out of the airport and that kind of stuff, a lot of the people were they had other things going as well, and kind of trying to start new business and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, I mean, it's always I talked to somebody the other day about, it's hard to make a full-time gig worker. It takes some grinding and some very smart ways to do things. But I'm telling you, like right now, I'm not stressing about it, but I don't like not being busy. I don't like not hitting my goal, or I don't want to go out at night after I've been out for 5-6 hours all day. I don't want to do that, but as a side hustle, or if you're trying to grow a business and you need to make extra money somewhere else, the gig economy is great for that. So just a word to the wise as you're listening to the show, and maybe you're new and maybe you're excited about the gig economy. It's great. And you're like, oh my gosh, I make so much more money at doing gig work than I do in my other job. Just remember, there will come some dark times where you don't get the money you need, but punching a clock, you get that same paycheck every week. So there's balances there.
And so how is it that we are saying, what is the best thing you can do as a gig worker to do that? Have many buckets of
apply
income,
for
right?
every single gig in your area, get approved.
Yep.
And you may never use it, but you might need to. What I found out last year, there's a tip for you. If you are a Walmart Spark driver, they will deactivate you after 14 weeks of not taking an order. Right. And it was kind of a pain in the ass for me to get reactivated this fall. So I plan on at least once every 2 months taking an order or two on the weekends just to keep my account active. So
yeah, so again, as many as you can, right? And so in our markets, just to go fast, obviously Uber, DoorDash. Is Postmates still around? I don't think.
No,
right?
Uber bought them.
That's right.
Yeah.
DDI, Laundry, I think, is in the market, but not really that active.
They're everywhere. Yet. God, I wish they would take off. Every year, every fall, I get a new app that I make my most money on, and I'm hoping next fall it's Launder, so I can sit home and watch Netflix and make money.
Why you wash other people's clothes?
Yes, exactly.
But that's what that is, right? Laundry is an laundry service, which is really cool. I think I might do it. Cuddles and snuggles. I don't think so, Mark.
Mark and Pete want an app like that. I think that's called like prostitution or something. There's probably an app for that. Sorry. There's probably an OnlyFans account for that.
Oh my gosh. So, but I think that's all. And then of course Amazon, Walmart.
There's tons of apps. What are you trying to list off?
Oh, it's just all the ones local here in our markets here.
I guess put it this way. I'm still an Instacart shopper, and I haven't shopped an Instacart in 2 years. So if the shit hits the fan for me or something happens, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't be able to do Walmart over Instacart.
Right.
I mean,
is Roadie still around? Some Victoria was mentioning Roadie.
UPS bought them, but I think they're still around. You know what? Fuck Roadie. I tried so many times to get them to reactivate my account, and it was like a password thing, and they just dragged their feet. And fuck them. Like, it wasn't worth the hassle. How much money I made from them, but
apparently Jason does not like Roadie.
Well, if you can't even find my account, like what company am I dealing with? And maybe the time they had already planned on selling to UPS, and so they're like, you know what, I don't give a shit anymore. But yeah. So speaking of Roadie, Walmart is starting to, or not Walmart. So Spark is different from. It's not just for Walmart. They're starting to do Home Depot now too. So Spark works for not just Walmart. It's other stores too. So I'm hoping. I haven't got a Walmart or a Home Depot order, and we all know since we talked last show that Walmart's bringing in their 30 or trying to get into 30 million homes, bringing their creeper people in to put your food away. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I talked to a few shoppers.
They are not going to be let into my home. I can tell you that.
Me either. I talked to a few actual Walmart employees they're like me. They're called pickers. They shop just like I do. They just don't leave the store. And
wait, is that peckers or pickers?
That would be pickers. Some of them probably are peckers, though. They said that I can't see how people are going to let a Walmart employee into their home.
No way.
Victoria says, yes, it's true. The payout wasn't great. Yeah. Check out Spark. It's not in every Walmart or in every area, but it seems to work for me. But I swear, this isn't a Spark segment, but I swear Spark throttles me when I get too many orders. When I get around to the $130 range, between 120 and 140, it goes silent. Like I get nothing. So they're doing something with their algorithm. I mean, I guess it could be that. What I should do is when I get a dry spell, I should go to the Walmart. I know a lot of the Spark drivers. I see them every day. And if they start fucking walking in, and then I'm like, it's got to be it, right? I'm literally sitting at the Walmart. I'm not getting orders, and I'm watching their cars pull up and go inside. So just
something is up.
All right. So I got I was going to talk about it, but there's a video, and I'm going to try to do my sharing. So give me a second. Share the screen. Okay, remember we had audio problem last time. What happened last time? Oh yeah, I had it off. Is it off? Okay, I'm gonna unmute the site. All right,
there we go. Good job.
As well, and we both.
God damn it.
See, I work a full-time job, and my husband does as well, and we both work opposite shifts.
Is an understatement.
I also run my own design firm, and then we have 3 kids.
To make life less hectic, she uses Instacart.
We've always enjoyed.
She's never had an issue with the service in the roughly 2 years she's used it, until Sunday, when she noticed some strange activity.
It looked like she was shopping really quick, and the quantities that I had in the system, let's say I bought just one piece of food, like 1 bag of cheese or something, she tacked on 15 bags of cheese.
Laureen shared these screenshots showing the shopper buying 5 or more times the number of each item she ordered. What was supposed to be a $125 grocery bill came out to $300.
I was waiting on her to get here to ask what happened. She never showed up.
Laureen reached out to Instacart's customer service. They sent another shopper to fill the order at no extra charge.
So the second shopper went through, did the same thing with a bunch of quantities somehow, and never brought the groceries.
So it happened again?
Yes.
Instacart issued a refund that'll hit Laureen's bank account in 5 to 10 days.
I was pretty upset. We have a very set budget on food. We had other bills that were coming out that week.
Laureen posted her story on Facebook, where she learned the same thing happened to other people. The Better Business Bureau of Central Ohio has similar complaints as well, one claiming the Instacart shopper bought gift cards instead of groceries. BBB Investigations Manager Leanne Lanigan says the nonprofit gives Instacart an A+ for how it's responded to complaints.
It's not hard for Instacart to figure out who the bad actors are, and those people can be terminated. They could even face criminal charges.
The integrity of our platform is very important to us, said an Instacart spokesperson. Our robust monitoring protocols, such as automated alerts when shoppers manually add goods that exceed the pre-approved amounts, identify abuses of our service, and any shopper found to have engaged in fraudulent behavior is immediately suspended from our platform.
Okay.
Well, that didn't happen.
Well, so here's the thing. How they can never prevent that from happening, right?
Right.
Because, it's simple to get on these apps, but there's no more background check for Instacart than there is for Uber. So, you know what I mean? But you just have the opportunity for more fraud on Instacart and Shipt and stuff like that. How can these apps prevent that? I mean, if your background's clean, I mean, what are you supposed to do? You can't discriminate against this person because you don't know if they're going to steal it.
But kill the bad apple right away, though, right? I mean, that's the thing. Once it happened once, you're done. Once and done.
Yeah, no, they do that. That's fine, but it clearly keeps happening. And then what do these people do? They just get an Instacart account to shop, and then they do a one and done, and that's it, and they get fired. I mean, do people really go through that much work to go do onboarding and all that shit just to have a one time where they steal? I mean, maybe. Unless
they are technically, I mean, is this a thing as them using an already started account? Somebody just starting accounts and maybe they're buying them or whatever. I don't know.
I do feel like
weird.
Instacart is the wild, wild west when it comes for shoppers. I think Shipt is strict AF. I don't hear a lot of fraud stories with Shipt. Now, again, I am a Shipt shopper. They only hired me, by the way. Talk about discrimination. I applied many times with this giant beard, and they never hired me. And one time, 2019, I shaved this fucker for UPS, and it'll never happen again. And during that
I remember that.
Yeah. And
you don't look like yourself.
Dude, it's crazy. And during that time, I reapplied for Shipt, and they fucking hired me with a clean shaved face. So when it's not been this gig season, but last gig season when I got laid off, I did a little Shipt, and my picture still had me clean as a baby face, and I was walking up with this fucking thing on, and no one ever said anything, but anyway, ship's a little shady.
There's like birds and small bugs and stuff living in that beard. There's no problem.
If you watch Family Guy, there is an incredible episode with Peter growing a big beard, and it has to do with birds. And I'm sure that Mark has seen it, and that's why he brought it up. But,
of course.
So yeah, I don't know what's going on with these scams. Like, it just seems like people are just pieces of shit, and it's got to be a one-off because you're getting fired.
Well, exactly. But then that's the thing. Are the people out there just creating accounts and then selling those accounts for $5-10 for somebody else to just do it, and then they get shut down immediately? I don't know.
I think you're right. There is a lot of buying and selling, again, probably on the black market. I don't even know how to fucking get there, so don't even, or the dark web. And I bet there's some of that shit going on, but yeah, Instacart's the wild, wild west. But
it's just crazy. And some of the bigger cities, people are buying and selling rideshare accounts. I
don't even know how that works. Like, maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. I don't think like a criminal, but whatever. I'm glad there's a video there because me trying to
think like a criminal.
I don't.
I'm glad there's a video there.
No, we don't have any more videos. We already watched that. We're not going up. We're going down.
I know. But you said something about video. Anyways, do you want me to mention the ad spot, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. Why don't you talk about Hey Guys?
Hey Guys is our media production company that we also have. There we go. Thank you so much, Jason. And so if you need help starting your new awesome podcast, whatever the content it is, we can help you set that up. Jason is an absolute expert in doing this stuff.
You just saw me?
Anyways, he is an absolute expert helping you setting up this stuff, and I am pretty good at some of the other business related stuff next to it. And so if you want help setting that stuff up, reach out to us and we will absolutely get that thing set up fast and professional.
Yeah,
not like at this show, because here we're just kind of medium, but mediocre.
Yeah, if you're interested in it, we actually started a podcast. Guess who's the host? It's me. It's just a 10-minute podcast a week talking about tips for podcasting. So check it out. HeyGuysMediaGroup.com or search Hey Guys Media Group in any of your podcast player. All right, Jesper.
Yes.
Fiverr, gig economy, and then a couple more things and we're done.
So, okay, awesome. I think a lot of people have probably heard about Fiverr. So that is, I was just mentioning all the apps that's going on now. Fiverr is an online service that's been going on for a long time. And if you feel like you have, excuse me about that. Sorry about that. If you feel like you have a skill set that you are not currently using, like you can design stuff, if you can translate into weird languages or anything like that, you could potentially go on Fiverr and offer up your services there. We've utilized Fiverr a couple of times in the past for logo design and that kind of stuff. So that's a great way if you want to if you are starting a new company or something, you can utilize Fiverr. But if you have a skill set, you can also use it as one of your many buckets of income. Fiverr, Fiverr.com. The cool thing and what the article is saying is that Fiverr as a platform is cool for their perspective, in the sense that they're making money on both sides of it, the coin. So they're getting a small transaction fee for the buyer, but they're also making some money on the person, the gig worker, if you will. So they're taking some parts of the transaction both there. But what I was going to bring up, the cool thing is that they're not taking very much of the gig workers part. So that's cool. But that's something for you to try out. And as I said, they have a ton of different things. Translation services, content writing, all that stuff. You can kind of do a ton of different categories.
Yeah, early on in our podcasting career, we did use Fiverr for our logos, like both our podcasts, actually all three of our stuff we hired out. But I've gotten so comfortable with Canva, and we have the pro version, so that does help. I could definitely create something on Canva, but I tell you, our experience on Fiverr was great, and the prices were very reasonable. So check it out, especially if you're a design person, because I couldn't do Photoshop, or what is it? Is it Photoshop?
Photoshop is one of the big ones. Yep.
Yeah, the big ones.
But the thing is, one of those things that you may know how to use Photoshop, but that doesn't make you a designer. I mean,
that's true.
You may not have a design bone in your body.
that is true, because that's another reason to go to Fiverr. Even though I can design the logo, I might not have the vision or whatever that lines things up correctly. Where sometimes lines intersecting look stressful to people, and maybe that designer would know that. So
I have worked with many designers in my life, and I gotta tell you, some people, they don't know how to put two lines together and make it look nice. and they just, I know Photoshop. That doesn't mean shit. I mean, it just doesn't.
Yeah,
you
can
still you gotta know how to do things. Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta have an idea of what you're looking for. So all right, 2 more things and then we're out of here. This is an interesting text from DoorDash. So it says, "Hey Nicole, this might sound like a weird request, but would you mind?" I think he says delve. I think he meant to say delving into a little bit of my order. I'll rate you 5. And Nicole says, delving, and he goes, trying some of it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, they were obviously looking for a video, right? Like to create a story for online. Like,
something, but she did the right thing. I canceled the order. I think honestly, I might cancel the order even if I already had the food. I'd be like, yeah, I don't know what you would do in that point. You probably have to call support.
I was gonna say you can probably reach out to support and say, what the hell?
And they probably would say, you know what, we're just gonna cancel this. This is a little weird. But
keep the food.
Yeah, I see a lot of pictures online like this. This is the first time I've seen a customer asking if the driver could try it.
It makes sense because there's been so many stories online. It makes sense that somebody would be out there asking for it.
Oh yeah, 100%. I totally agree. So
people are dicks. Do you know that?
They are dicks. Okay, so the last one is just funny to me. It's Walmart related, so we're gonna watch it and talk about it. It really cracked Jesper up. But let's see. Okay, basically, I titled it "Too Many Pancakes."
What? Hey babe, why are there so many pancakes in the freezer?
So I did a Walmart delivery order, and they were out of the mini pancakes, which come in a pack of 80. So they substituted regular size pancakes, 80 of them.
She was not happy about it. So Jesper and so basically what happens is they wanted to get the same quantity, 80 pancakes, but they bought 80 large pancakes. And so Jesper and I were talking before the show. Walmart has the craziest substitutions. So, for example, this happened either today or yesterday. I don't remember. Customer orders Jimmy Dean's sausage biscuit things. They come in 4 packs and then a multi-pack of 8, right? Can't find the multi-pack of 8. Walmart suggests that I get 3 4-packs. So that would be 12 biscuit sandwiches. Why would I get 12 when the customer asked for 8? So those are the craziest shit. So you know what I did? I subbed for 8 of them. And then when I asked for the third one, I said, nah, there ain't any left. And there was plenty left. I was like, I'm not giving this customer another pack of fucking Jimmy Dean sausage. So one thing that I found out is that you don't pay the extra for that. So that customer probably made out, that was probably what?
Well, it was 80, so that would have been there's 8 in a pack, right? So that's 10 packages.
So I was gonna say like $20 worth of pancakes on top of
something. Yeah.
So they'll sub for that. So you only pay what you ask for. And
kids, pancakes for dinner.
Yeah. I've never actually used the app as a customer. I'm wondering if you can add your own substitutes. I know you can on Aldi, for Instacart, I mean. But I'm not sure if you can on Walmart. But I see the craziest sub. So if you are a customer of Walmart and you get a crazy sub, it's usually okay. In that instance, that was the shopper. I don't know if it was a Walmart shopper or a gig shopper. I would have never done that. I would have said not available. If I'm like,
and that's what you wanted.
Yeah, she doesn't need fucking 80 full-size pancakes. But Anyways, always some shit with Walmart, that's for sure. But
fun,
all right, guys,
fun,
thank you so
fun.
much. Thank you for Victoria for joining. That was a new person on tonight. I really appreciate it. John went quiet. He's probably sleeping.
He's out working. He's in California.
Who knows what hell he fell off like an hour 20 minutes ago. Anyways, but no, we're just teasing you guys. Again, check us out Friday 7 to 9 Eastern. TNTradio.live. You can download the app. You can listen right along. You actually can call in. We need to get Jesper on one of those nights.
Yeah, one of these nights.
One of these nights. That would be great.
Thank you, Janet.
Thanks, Janet. Have a great night. All right, guys, stay safe and don't put up with anyone's bullshit. Good night.
Yeah. Bye.